I want to clear up the top 5 misconceptions I see when it comes to weightlifting. The first misconception is something that I hear all the time, is that weightlifting or resistance training makes women bulky. So this is literally not true. If you are a woman looking to, get a toned or fit or lean physique, that comes from building muscle. So weightlifting doesn't make women bulky. It's just something that we've heard, and really that bulk is actually going to come from the body fat that is covering the muscle. So if you are a female and you're looking to get a toned or lean physique, you need to focus on building muscle. And when you lose the body fat that covers that muscle, that is where that lean or toned physique is coming from. So weightlifting does not make women bulky. That is a huge misconception, and you should just throw it out the window. The next misconception I see is thinking that more is better. So the issue with this is that when you're, lifting weights, if you're not resting and recovering optimally, you're not going to see the gains that you want. So I always say that you're breaking down your muscles in the gym, and you're building your muscles when you're sleeping, when you're recovering, when you're resting. So doing more when it comes to lifting weights is not necessarily going to be better. So you need to make sure that you're paying attention to how much you're recovering, whether that comes from your fuel sources, making sure you're fueling appropriately, making sure you're sleeping enough, making sure you're taking deload weeks, making sure you're resting enough, during the week, you're taking rest days. So when it comes to weightlifting, doing more is not necessarily better. The third misconception I see is that soreness and sweat correlate with having a good workout. So that is not true. Sweat specifically does not correlate at all with having a good workout. It doesn't matter how much you sweat, or if you don't sweat at all, that doesn't necessarily mean you had a great workout, especially when it comes to lifting weights. So if you're chasing the sweat, that is definitely something that you want to just throw out the window. Chasing the sweat does not correlate with a great workout. And when it comes to soreness, so a little bit of soreness is good, and that can be, a sign that you are, doing enough, that you have good intensity, that you're progressing. But if you're sore all the time, that's actually a red flag that says that you're not recovering properly. So a little bit of soreness is good, right? But too much soreness is actually probably not a great thing. And when it comes to feeling sore after a workout, if you're, new to weightlifting, if you're new to incorporating a different stimulus in your training, you're probably going to feel a little bit of soreness until your body adapts to that. And then afterwards, once it adapts and you keep doing that, you might not feel sore at all. But that doesn't mean that you're not having, a good workout session. That doesn't mean you're not having a good lifting session. So don't correlate soreness or sweat with your workouts. They're not what's causing muscle or strength growth. They're just kind of a result of them. The fourth misconception is that you actually don't burn that many calories lifting weights. So a lot of people wear, wearable tracking devices like Apple Watches or Fitbits, and they might turn it on before they start their lifting session. And then after that, they see like, oh, I burned, 500, 700 calories in that lifting session. Those are not very accurate, and you need to just not pay attention to that when it comes to whatever goals you're after, right? So if you are after, a fat loss goal and you're looking at those calories that you burn during your lifting session, they're probably not that accurate. And so you just want to make sure you're aware of that. A lot of people think, they burn a lot of calories during the lifting session. That's not the case. But what's important to realize is that the more muscle you build over time, the more calories you will actually be able to eat. Muscle is very metabolically taxing. So, it takes a lot to maintain that muscle mass. And so over time, the more muscle you build, the more your body is efficient at using the calories that you're consuming. So that's going to be, a benefit for quote unquote burning calories over time. But when we're looking at, a single session, what your Fitbit's telling you, or what, someone's telling you in terms of the calories that you burn during that session, is probably a lot less than you think. The fifth misconception I see is that it's easy to build muscle fast. So that is not the case at all. building muscle is a very slow process and it takes a long time and a lot of consistency. And it's, one of the things that a lot of people don't think about, like the process of building muscle takes a lot of time and a lot of patience and a lot of just making sure that you are being consistent week after week, month after month. So that's just one of the misconceptions that I hear a lot, is that, you can build muscle fast, or people think that you can. The reality is that you just have to be patient with it. You have to be consistent. You have to work hard, and you have to follow a structured program that allows you to progress week after week, month after month. So those are the most common misconceptions that I hear when it comes to lifting weights and resistance training, but they're definitely not the only ones. So if you want to learn more, check out some more of my videos on resistance training, lifting weights, and all that jazz. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to learn more about nutrition, fitness, or metabolic flexibility, you can check out our website, metflexlife.com. There you can find our podcast, MetFlex and Chill, our nutrition and exercise programs, our latest blog posts, free recipes, and much more.